Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. I like your sweater.
Thanks. It's from the men's
That's
section
cute.
at ASOS. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
ASOS, that store.
That sounds familiar now that
Yeah.
you said it. So spell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Thanks.
Um, yeah, I think it's funny that you shop at the men's section. Not to get too gendered too early, but my girlfriend and I are both incredibly tall.
Yeah.
And so we can kind of wear each other's clothes.
Goal.
And at first I was like, huh, I don't know how I feel about that. Not like it definitely wasn't negative. It was just kind of like,
New, you know?
this isn't that, but I'm a boy, like, like a little bit. But it's actually been really great. Like, cause then I could just be like, hey, can I take this shirt? Hey, can I borrow your sweater? This sweater is mine, but she has like a closet full of sweaters that I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to dig in that hole and get some sweaters for myself because I need to redefine my style.
I feel that.
Is what I need to do, what I want to do. Because like I have an idea of a couple of aesthetics, I guess, that I think I could rock, but my go-to is typically just sweatpants and a hoodie. And like, don't get me wrong, no matter how many fashions, plural, I don't know, fashion styles. No matter how many styles I add to the Rolodex, that will eventually be my incredibly in-depth category or catalog of fits. A lot of those fits are still going to be sweatpants, hoodie.
You can have a fire ass sweats and sweater action going on.
Yeah, I do love sweaters. I think if I worked out, I could look like Toji Zenin, specifically when he's in the double black.
Yeah.
Sweat combo, the two-piece.
You know what I think
helps? He's at the track.
Helps me too. Because I feel like I also used to be like, oh, what is my perfect aesthetic? Blah blah. Like, what am I? It has been helping me to like hone in on specific pieces that I like, if that makes sense. Like, oh, this sweater is cool as fuck, or like, oh, I really like these freaking pants. That also helps me because I find that sometimes I'll like buy things and be like, oh, this would make a great outfit, and then I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? It definitely helps to be like, oh, I'm obsessed with this individual piece. Like, it's calling me. I need that shit.
I feel like that's kind of how I've always shopped too. It's very vibes based.
Yeah.
It's like I need stuff that I can wear any day, every day. And then every now and then I'll go thrifting and then I'll find like a kind of specific item. Like I don't know how better to describe it other than, man, this article would go great with whatever the perfect pair is. I just don't have it and I don't know what it is. And so I often will get things from a like a Goodwill and then give them back to the Goodwill because I buy them, take them home, wash them, put them in my closet, never wear them because I never went and found the perfect other thing and I don't have the vision for it. Yeah, I think I like, now that I'm interested in clothes, I know that I really want a set of like academia aesthetics. Like sweater vest. I rock a sweater vest.
Yeah.
I've never owned suspenders, but I think I could pull off suspenders.
I think you could.
Yeah. Also to be one of the things with gender, I know I've said on the pod before how like I'm a boy in the way a banana is a berry, right? Where it's like kinda, but not really. I do not feel very interested in any kind of gender exploration of fashion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But even as I said it out right now, I realize that's not true because the gender that I'm exploring is masculinity. I want clothes that make me feel like a man, not because there is a gap that I need to fill, I guess, but because that is I don't know, because I don't know. I don't want to project any man, because a lot of
you want to be fly.
Let me turn this into a question.
Yeah.
You are non-binary.
Yeah.
I have been near you in a wide range of outfits.
Yeah.
Right? You'll do small top, big bottom, small bottom, big top.
Big bottom, big top.
Big bottom, big top. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen you in small bottom, small top, but also it was kind of cold in Delaware.
Yeah.
And like in the summer, you would go home and stuff.
Yeah, before it got real hot.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? In the moments where you dress really femme, what does that do or feel like for your non-binarity? You know what I mean?
This might not fully answer your question properly, but at least how I kind of view it. Like, for example, like when I'm wearing something really girly versus something when I'm wearing like big ass jorts and like Timbs, you know, something probably associated with being more masked. I feel like they both tickle like a gender itch, both ways tickle like this gender euphoric itch. Like maybe I don't know if it's separate, but like it's almost like I would like to have both options at all times, you know. So yeah, I don't know if I don't know if that really answers your question. I don't necessarily wear clothes for like affirming purposes. Like I know like they can be super gender affirming for a lot of people, but I feel like all my gender takes end up coming back to this, which is why like I don't, it's kind of just there, you know.
I do maybe the thing that because I am reading a distance between how I see clothes and how you see clothes, and I do think part of that might be just the way gender is constructed beforehand, right? Because I think women are kind of encouraged to play with clothes as a artistic
I think the stakes
production, I guess.
I think the stakes are a little different in the sense that like I'm thinking of myself growing up, and you know, if you dress tomboyish, nobody really thinks of it as anything. I feel like it's more like it's a phase, or you know, some girls just dress more boyish. But I don't know if that flip side I don't think that flip side exists for young boys at all.
It definitely it definitely doesn't. At least not as ubiquitously as it does for young girls, right? I think men kind of a lot of young men are only forced to think about their fashion when it comes to what labor they're about to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like
that makes sense.
If you play sports,
you're sporty,
I'm wearing this jersey. Yeah.
And your slides and shit.
Yeah, it's not like an expression of, it's not an outward expression. It's like a bid to like pull other people's interests. Not that like women are particularly different, but there's the utility is not as internal as it might seem. And I also think just thinking about the way that I myself have been had relationship to fashion.
Yeah.
I also think there's a bit on my end that is like race affirming.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I was a kid. So actually, story. I guess here's the story. When I was really young, I only wore like sweatpants shirt, sweatpants t-shirt, right? I was virtually Zelda shirt, cargo pants kid, but I didn't have that specific fit. But kids used to pick on me because I didn't know how to dress, and I would like mismatch colors. I was just like, well, it's just a shirt; it goes on.
Yeah,
and I'd have like an orange shirt with like bright red sweatpants, and it like didn't look good, but also I didn't give a shit until people started being mean to me about it. And that was around the time when everyone started wearing jeans, and I asked my mom, "Hey, can you please get me some jeans?" And she was like, "Great, let's go get some jeans." Got a bunch of jeans, and then I hit my growth spurt.
The high
and now
waters.
all the jeans I just bought don't fit. And then I had high waters, and I got picked on for having high waters. But all of that is like, I was the more people picked on me for my clothes. How do I want to say it? The people that picked on my clothes the most were other black boys. I didn't project a specific kind of black boyhood that they are comfortable being intimate with, even though they would never use that language. And so I do think some of the choices that I have for myself have less to, now that we're having the conversation, I think they're less about gender and more about race, about feeling like I'm not gonna get picked on by those black boys that used to pick on me. Now, don't get me wrong, I was a I was a shitty kid. I was kind of pretentious and mean, and I smelled bad all the time. So there were other reasons people picked on me. But that's the one that stuck out. And so to ask another question, like, do you have any kind of experience like that when it comes to like the gender queerness? Do you have any? Yeah.
I do think yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
Okay. I also, when I was younger, I went to I started out going to school with a uniform, so I don't know if I have necessarily the same interaction.
Was it church affiliated?
Oh no, it was like
private?
you know, like we just had the blue shirt and the khaki shorts type vibe going on.
Like, was it private or was it just?
It was a magnet school, so it wasn't like private.
Sure, yeah. I also went to a magnet school.
Yeah,
it was a magnet for the arts.
Yeah. So I feel like by the time I cared about fashion, it was just like, oh, you just wear skinny jeans and a stupid T-shirt with something dumb on it. So, well, actually, yeah. Wait, it's all coming to me now because you remember I told you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's dig deep.
Okay, so around like 8th or 9th grade, I discovered I really liked Spider-Man. I don't know, it happens to a lot of niggas in your teen.
I knew I liked Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
that is a safe time to come out as liking Spider-Man.
Yes, it's just when you take it to a certain level. So I had the Spider-Man jacket that I got from Walmart. It was like the one you could zip all the way up. I used to wear it to school every day because it was my favorite jacket. And then basically someone I became friends with, it was like the black kids in my avid class. I kind of consider them like the cool black kids, you know. But one of them basically told me I saw you in the jacket, and I basically, I thought you were like one of the kids who ran to school, which is what they would call the Naruto kids,
the Naruto runners.
Yeah. So basically, it was her way of saying damn, I thought you was like a dweeb.
I thought you were a dork. Yeah. And man, I thought you were a nerd.
Yeah. And at the time, I'm like, whoa, because also I need to mention I was new, so I was, I didn't go to 9th grade there. I had transferred in my 10th grade year. So, I was very concerned with fitting in and whatnot. And, that crushed my soul because I'm like, wait, because I really like this jacket, but I don't want it to be perceived as a loser dweeb or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I had a moment kind of like that, but way earlier, like in elementary school. Because I had like Spider-Man boxers. And like kids on the playground, we would play tag. And at this point, I had been, I don't remember, it was either third, fourth, or fifth grade. But at that point, I had transferred to different schools because I got put into the talented and gifted program, which is also known as like special ed for kids that ask too many questions.
Yes,
because that's really what it was. It was. Yes, they gave you advanced classes. Yes, they had a higher vigor, but it was only to shut you the fuck up. Like they whatever. But I had Spider-Man boxers on. And we would play this game called, I think we would play Zombie, is what we called it, or Zombie Tag. Where it was like one person is it, and then when they finally tag somebody, they're both it.
Oh.
And it was just spread like zombie, and you had to like you either had to pay attention to who was running or like suss out who was a zombie. But I remember one time I like hung upside down from monkey bars or something trying to get away, and it showed the top of my boxers, and this kid that I hated, this kid bullied me, white boy. I hated him. I still hate him. I'm just like, he is the embodiment of everything that I didn't like about my childhood. That's not true.
Fuck you, nigga.
There is so much more.
Whoever you are.
But I'll say the name. I'll say the name off camera. Because I vividly remember him. I know what his fucking face looks like. He was like, "You have Spider-Man underwear," and I was like, "No, no, I don't." And he was like, "Yes, you do. I saw it." I was like, "Stop looking at my butt." And that's all I remember. I don't know whatever happened after that. But yeah, just like you, same story.
No, we both have a Spider-Man fashion trauma.
Yeah, Spider-Man fashion trauma. Yeah. Why were we talking about this?
Gender.
Right. So like, I do think maybe this is something to talk about, especially since I think that this will probably be the last episode within Black History Month.
Oh yeah.
As Black nerds, one thing that bothers me is that it does seem like some people forgot what it was like.
Yeah, because it was wicked.
It was wicked. It was how do I describe it? It was like being in prison. No, hold on. It was like being, no, I can't say that either. I'm trying to find a good metaphor. Both of those are bad. It was just exhausting. Kind of like having to explain yourself. And just like the face of someone that doesn't give a shit, like, oh, okay. But when I was a kid, and like I am not like this anymore. I mentioned just a second ago how annoying I was. One of the things I was annoying, I was very much when I was really young, like too black for the white kids, too white for the black, like that kind of light-skinned boy.
I had a little dose of that. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it happens to everybody. Maybe statistically more because of our complexion, but like it happens to everyone. I didn't realize at the time, in part because a lot of black boys picked on me, that sorry, I'm yelling. I didn't realize that sentiment was so pervasive. Like every kid, it felt like I'm the only one in the world that feels this.
Yeah.
And now that we're adults and we all like nerdy things, and like
liking nerd shit is cool now.
Is cool now, and like in order to make friends as an adult, you either gotta play video games or into K-pop or watch anime. You gotta do one of the three, otherwise it's gonna be hard out here. It's gonna be harder here to make new friends. It does seem like he deserved backlash towards the kids that were like, oh, I'm just too white for the black kid, like that kind of thing, deserved backlash, because a lot of them, especially if they are going into their adulthood with those same sentiments, it's like, you should talk to your therapist. That's some stuff you have to unpack. However, some of you motherfuckers picked on me.
Oh yeah.
And it, like, yes, I agree. Like, that sent, like, I made it other people's problem about my own racial insecurities, but also some of you are mean. Some of you are mean to me. And it feels like we kind of brush past that a lot.
Yeah. I feel like even within my like own personal life, or like I'll interact with people on the internet, I don't know, casually, might like an Instagram picture, and it's like, oh yeah, that person definitely said something wild to me at some point in my life. You know, maybe not like fighting words wild, but you know, stuff that developmentally stuck with me. You know,
Yeah.
like when my nickname was Feet because I had big feet in high school. Like,
oh man, the imagination of a child knows no bounds. They saw your feet and was like, yeah, that bitch is named Feet.
And you know what's crazy?
Sure.
The person who gave me the nickname wore the same size shoe as me, but I think since she was taller, perhaps it was less overt. I don't know.
And she gave you the nickname?
Yeah.
I mean, she was probably insecure about her own feet and made it your problem.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn.
You know how they
why I gotta be the vessel for niggas to work out they shit in? That's crazy.
Well, on one hand, the community that we're referring to are children.
Oh no! Right? Well, I guess yeah, we were kids. Yeah, this was like senior year of high school though, which is wild.
That's very late, but you're still a child.
Yeah,
like that is still developmental.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think I get keeping it close to you. I guess you have every right to feel how you feel about it.
Yeah,
and also, it was probably a young girl that was really tall and had people make fun of her for being so tall. And was she black?
Yeah.
Oh, God forbid she be tall and black. Now she's a man. Now she's catching trans strays. Not that they need any more fucking heat. Like it's this whole thing. And now for this fleeting moment, I get to kind of feel okay because I'm punishing you for my own issues. Which is to keep it in the circle of like black nerd stuff. Black nerd.
You're welcome, ho.
Just kidding. Is probably what a bunch of those kids did, right? I think part of why this, like, the directionality of offense between like open nerds now and open nerds then, I guess, for lack of a better way to differentiate, is that I'm sure a lot of the people that made fun of like the kids that liked nerdy shit, even though a lot of those kids were regurgitating like colorist, racist rhetorics, a lot of them probably are also like, well, if I like this thing, my friends, like, I'll be kicked out of the in-group too.
Yeah. It's like, how it even works from both different ends of the spectrum. Like there's like, oh, I don't want to get bullied by my friends. And even like the bystander, it's like, oh, I know I'm on the chopping block if they like decide to, you know, pick on me. Like, or if I defend this nigga, I know I'm gonna be next because I'm dork adjacent too or whatever. So it's like, I don't remember where I was going with this.
Dork adjacent.
Just
being picked on.
Just how
projecting inner trauma.
Just how it kind of hits you from all ends of the spectrum, whether you're teaming up with the people who are bullying because you don't want to get bullied, or if you yourself, maybe you're not bullied, but you're not in the in crowd either. So, you know, there's always the potential that you could become the bullied, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, damn. All because I like little 2D boys. That's crazy.
But I will also say, when it comes to like black nerds, it feels like on the opposite side of the same conversation. But wherever it is in the conversation, I do think there are stereotypes of like the black nerdy boy that I don't want to say are true as in like are valid and making fun of, but are consistent. I mentioned before that I know I mentioned before on the pod that I used to have Smash Bros hair.
Yeah.
I used to have good at Smash hair. That like shitty little nappy fro that with no lineup. Don't look at it now. Like my shit isn't great right now either. But still, I used to have that haircut. And what I could have said, like I wish someone, well, I don't know, my parents might have done that, but I wish there was a friend that I had that could be like, hey, get a better haircut and some of this stuff would turn around. Like, have you been to which convention? Have you been to any of the like black nerd conventions?
Oh no, I have not.
Okay, I've only been to DreamCon once, and like it was okay, but sometimes some of them niggas was funky. Some of them was,
yeah.
I'm not one to talk. I was a stinky kid too.
I have
like,
been to a con.
Now.
And you're always gonna get hit with some odors.
With an odor, just a secret odor waiting for you.
No matter what nerd convention you go to, you're gonna smell something, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. But and then also like bringing it back to gender, there is the like presumed masculinity of the hobby where it's like whenever
because my brain went academic, of course, because I've had friends who are in STEM, so the computer science, the biology, and they'll always complain about some smelly nigga in their class. This is not an experience I have being in the humanities. Like I honestly don't think I can remember being in class and somebody was super funky, but it's a super common experience with I think the disciplines that are typically more associated with the masculine, even though I know like English and whatnot, it was super gendered and mostly men wrote, but I do think how it's received gender wise now is like is much different. Like all of the women, everybody in my cohort was a woman. Most of the cohort below me was women, and the one above me. So it's a more, but like, where was I going with this?
I remember. So this is kind of a tangent, I guess, but related to the gender discrepancies in the literature field. I remember at Delaware State. Did you do the library? No, that was a different friend. I had like a library internship at Del State, and so I just had to go there and file a bunch of shit.
Oh,
we were like digitizing the library. It was fine and cool and easy. But while I was working there, like a lot of teachers, and I'm sure you've had similar experiences, like people who have made it this far in academia, the teachers go, "Oh my God, a kid that gets it, a student that gets it. Hey, let me invest, please. Let me go further." Right? Yeah. The librarian was like the head of the library was a man, which is like incredibly rare, especially for a black man. Right? It is so weighted towards women. And like I'm sure there's a plethora of reasons for that. People value it less. Women are conditioned to be nurturers and just literarily incited, I guess. Well, that doesn't make sense. What am I trying to say? They're conditioned to be more into literature. Ooh, let me put that up. Not sponsored.
Yeah.
And so when I was there doing the library studies, the librarian kept like coming up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm sure if you wanted to go get your master's in library science, you could get it no problem. They are hungry for men. They need men to be in their field. Like they are starving for a man." And I was like, "No thanks. That sounds boring. No thank you. No thank you. Libraries? Good. Working at a library? Boring. That sounds boring. That sounds boring as hell." Yeah. Also, we're kind of all going all over the place. I'm staying close to the
guy with the board, and he's like,
yeah, Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that from?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah, that is Charlie Day's character. I think that's the. I didn't watch It's Always Sunny, but I'm pretty sure because I love that meme and I say that word so much, it was like Charlie's character misread Pennsylvania and thought it said Pepe Sylvia, and then he tried to like unravel the conspiracy or something. I don't know. I'm sure some Sunnyhead will have a better answer.
You got us, Sunnyhead.
Yeah, Sunnyheads, get in the
Thank
comments. What was I gonna say? Oh, gender. One of the things I've read for school was this book called what is it? Sissy Insurgencies. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Insurgencies. By Marlon Ross, Sissy Insurgencies. Sissy Insurgencies, a racial anatomy of unfit manliness. And it's this look into the figure of the sissy. Not to be confused with what is the term for like the well-dressed nigga?
Dandy?
Back in a dandy, not to be confused for a dandy.
Yeah.
A sissy. And one of the things that he talks about in his introduction is like there is this conflation of gender and sexuality onto Black men based on not quite behavior, but like routine, not by the things that you do, but the things that you always do. And if all of the Black boys are going to play basketball and one of the Black boys is going home to read, he is on the out group because he doesn't have the same routine. Or maybe it wasn't routine. Maybe it was a different word. Doesn't matter. I haven't read it in a couple months. And I don't remember exactly word. But one of the things he said was that there is a consistent sissification of boys who read a lot, as if the reading of books is inherently feminine.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
And I know I felt that. I liked books, and even if it weren't books, I just really liked media in a way that it seemed like, from my point of view, other Black boys didn't like anything.
Mm-hmm.
I realize now as a result that's not true. I just didn't have the same stock in competition in sports as they did. But no but.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Or no. If you have something to finish, because
I was just gonna. I was gonna ask a question, but if you have a thing, say your thing. Say your thing.
Oh, I was just like, I wonder when reading became something feminine, you know? Because in my head, of course, in my like very 1 + 1 = 2 way, I'm like, okay, most of the classic works of literature that we usually read about are frequently by men. So I'm like, and if these men were writing for other men, since a lot of women couldn't even read, at some point reading had to be, you know, something associated with the masculine, you know, since like learning and all that stuff was not well, perhaps maybe not.
Yes, like in the I don't know how correct these answers are, but I do have I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna keep talking.
No, go.
In the Enlightenment, education like that was like the sciences. The equivalent of men who read nonfiction was masculine, and fiction, the fantasy, the imagination, was more feminine. Men do science, women read fairy tales. And that kind of bifurcation of it did bleed over into a lot of things, but I don't know if that is the specific thing for black men, because I'm willing to bet it had to do with slavery. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much of blackness and black manhood specifically is perceived and performed as if it is hyper masculine. It is on that far end of masculine. And so to become civilized by reading is to retreat from that far end of masculinity towards what they probably wouldn't see this word, but really towards whiteness. But really towards civilized, this arbitrary line that whoever is in power likes to mark. And so to read was to be leaning on to, like, it was to take away from a certain manliness, when in many cases that manliness, that kind of hypermasculinity is what got a lot of men through certain times. And it was held on to when like freedom came, in whatever form, however you would define it. And I think to your point about how like so much of the canon is black men, a lot of these men hated women. Just first and foremost.
True.
W.E.B. Du Bois, prolific writer, one of the most brilliant American minds, hated women and poor people, did not fuck with women and poor people, genuinely thought that the poors were like holding us back, and it's the talented 10th stuff. It is up to the well-educated black men to save the uneducated from their own vices, kind of thing.
Okay.
And while he said a lot of right shit, he said a lot of bad. He said a wrong shit too.
It's clocking now.
There was an active effort to hide women from the front lines the whole time.
Like him, and I think of all the wild things so many of Zora Neale Hurston's her peers would say about her writing. Like I remember Richard Wright hated their eyes were watching God. Like he did not fucking like that.
Yeah, but Richard Wright hated everything. There was not a thing on this planet that man enjoyed wholeheartedly.
White women, but he had
you got me. It got me. You're right about that. Oh boy, there's one.
I do have to say, Native Son impacted me in a way I could never imagine.
I don't agree, but say more first. Or give the little spiel. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no. Continue.
I was gonna say give the little spiel on like Native Son before you talk about, because the book is old. The book is what, 1930 something?
Yeah, it's definitely that book I avoided for most of my literary career until I
1940.
I put it on my reading list for my my American 20th century reading list, whatever. It's basically about this dude, Bigger Thomas, and he ain't shit. His mama like, you ain't shit. His sister like, you ain't shit. You need a job. Nigga, you need a job. So he ends up getting this job with this white family. I don't remember how he got the job, but he's their driver. And the white girl, she's pretty, she's woke. Her boyfriend's a communist.
She's a pretty white woke girl. Yeah.
She's a pretty white woke girl.
Like a white student. She's like 20 something. Maybe 20, 19, I think.
Yeah, which is not how you should be as a proper rich white woman. So she's all scandalous and shit. And
she was hanging out with communists.
You might as well be hanging out with black people.
You might be hanging out with the devil. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, he blah blah blah. He takes them out. He comes back. She's drunk as fuck.
She like forces him. She's like,
forces him.
Your employer's daughter, you must take me out. And he's like, I'm gonna get in trouble. And she's like, I'm gonna get you in trouble if you don't do it.
Very damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
So she drops. They have their night on the town. Whatever. Her and her boyfriend. They come back. She's drunk as shit. She can't go upstairs by herself. He helps her upstairs. This wing is weird. I think this is when I was like,
That is not when it gets weird. It gets weird when they're jerking off in the movie theater.
Oh, true.
Or did you forget that scene?
Well, I don't know. I was like, is that just something boys do when they hang out? I don't know. I hope not.
Kinda. I've never jorked my bits in front of a dude. I've never done that, but I
hear about it a lot.
Consumed images with other friends.
Okay.
Yes. But I've never like handled any of the parts with other men. But I'm sure they do. I'm sure like people get crazy in the locker room. That's how a lot of people.
They be slapping ass themselves. With the towel, winding it up like bam.
They be jorking it like in heated rivalry.
Yeah,
they just stroking their shit.
I'm surprised.
In the middle.
I was gonna say, do you think we'd ever get like a football heated rivalry, or is that too controversial? Like mainstream football players who fuck in like a show.
Like real. Oh wait.
Oh no, like a TV show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. Isn't there a football version of the books that the heated rivalry?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Like I don't know. There's always a chance.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Are Americans they're extra sensitive about football in the masculine?
Why were we talking about?
Oh wait, let me wrap up. Let me wrap up Native Son for the people who might be like, how the fuck? Why did you put this in my mind? Yeah. So yeah, basically, he gets caught in the girl's room or whatever, and her mom is like blind or something. So the mom
is blind, and she wasn't supposed to be out late, let alone drunk.
Yes.
And if the mom catches the black boy who like needed to get her into the room, they would have killed him.
Yeah. I feel like I should add this info, although, I don't know if it made much of a difference. There's like a long drawn out scene where he's like admiring her, and it's really creepy. That's one of the parts.
Hold on, you haven't said the thing that he did yet.
No, because I'm talking about before that, where he has this creepy monologue and he's lingering and he's watching her. Right. And I'm like,
some of the language that he uses, yeah. Because all throughout the novel, he's constantly overlaying violence and sexuality, like that he can't think about the world if not through violence, but he uses sex terminology to describe his violence and vice versa.
Oh, yes. I feel like you're touching on the reasons why it scarred me for like, oh yeah, okay, but wait. So now the mom's in the room. He's like, I'm on the bed. The girl is making noise. I need to quiet her down. I'm going to put a pillow on her head and hold it. And lo and behold, the mom leaves the room. What do you know? The white girl is dead. And now he's like, oh shit, I just killed this white girl. They finna kill me. Let me go cut up her body and try to incinerate it.
And put it in the furnace so that way no one knows.
And also, I think, did he try to blame it on her boyfriend, her communist boyfriend?
Yeah. He tried to blame it on the communist boyfriend.
So, we get, I think I found that part most interesting, like the trial part and whatnot, and you're seeing all the black communist tensions.
After that moment, he goes on the run, and they eventually catch him. He also like
kills
goes
his
to his girlfriend and like has sex with her, then kills her again. The violence and sexuality thing.
I bet you there's a ton of papers,
and then at the end there's a trial
on the like moment between him and his like black girlfriend. How he
tons. It's the violent sex thing.
Yeah. But he goes to jail and is found guilty.
Yeah, he goes to jail and is found guilty.
His communist friend did try to help him get a lawyer and shit. Well, not friend.
Yeah.
But the communist dude.
The communist, whose name I don't recall. Why did we first start talking about Native Son? Richard Wright. We were
talking about how they hate women.
Why?
And then I talked about how this book changed me. Honestly.
Totally. Okay.
It just stuck with me in a way I was deeply disturbed. I don't know if I was as disturbed reading any other book from the Harlem, or actually no. Have you ever read The Street by Ann Petrie?
Yeah.
That one's a little wicked too. That was. Yeah. But yeah, I think all
this black woman about her bag,
and they're like, "Ooh, she's trying to fuck my white husband," and she's like, what's, and all these men are just trying to violate her. Every single man in her life. It's wicked.
Yeah. In conclusion, a lot of them hated women.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more there is to say. Actually, hold on. Since we're talking about like the African American canon, for the last day of Black, or for the last episode in Black History Month, let's do book recs from like that are older.
Oh yeah,
that may be like the normies that haven't read a book that is older than them could latch on to.
Wow, I never thought about that. There's probably a fuck ton of people like that
have never read a book older than they are. Yeah.
Do you know what the oldest book you have read is?
The oldest book I've read?
Yeah.
What are we counting as a book? Because the Epic of Gilgamesh, probably.
We're not counting mythological text. How about that?
Okay. What do you mean by mythological text, right? Because I've read Homer, and technically that uses mythology. True. But it is an epic poem.
We're not including no Paradise Lost, none of those.
Okay, no so novel.
Let's do novels. Yeah.
That I've read. Earliest novel that I've read. Oh, Don Quixote.
Oh yeah. When was?
Of course.
Can you remind me of when it was published?
Number one novel. That's Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. 1605. Yeah, Don Quixote is like the novel. That's like the first novel.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I remember this guy who's hitting on my roommate, this STEM bro. He was like, she was Mexican. I felt like that was important context. He was just this white guy. He was like, yeah, I was like reading Don Quixote, and I don't know. He said something along the lines where he was claiming to have read all of it.
No one's read all of it.
I don't believe exactly.
Nobody's read all of it. That bitch is long. That bitch is so long, and the most important part is the windmill part.
Yes.
Like, so after that, it's long.
But yes,
I think the oldest. Well, okay, so technically I never finished Don Quixote because you only really have to read like that first chunk, and I got like maybe halfway through, but it's long. It's long as fuck. I think the earliest book that I've like read and enjoyed is probably Ivanhoe by Walter Scott.
When was that published?
Oh God, Ivanhoe book, 1819.
Okay.
Oh, there's probably an older book than that I really liked. I like plays. Don't worry about that. But novel Ivanhoe is about this figure Ivanhoe. He's like this masked knight that disappeared, and then he returned to he was like he like fell in love with this princess or woman, this daughter of an important guy. I think princess. And her dad was like, I hate that man. He left our side of whichever side of this war it's about to go join the other side of the war or something. I don't remember. It's been a bit since I've read Ivanhoe. But he like shows up to the, you know how like they would do the medieval, like the joust and the tournament, the tourney. He like showed up to the tourney masked and started beating everybody's ass. And at the end, when he beat everyone's ass, he like took the helmet off and it was like, it's him. And they're like, take him, like, or whatever. Right. And I really like that. However, have you read Ivanhoe?
No, I've heard of it.
In Ivanhoe, there's like four. It's centrally about these four characters in the middle of this big, like, War of the Roses type thing. It wasn't the War of the Roses specifically. I don't remember what it was, but this like warring states in the early 19th century. Or no, it wasn't about that. It was about the 1500s, I think. I don't remember, or maybe the 15th century. Way before is what it's about. It's a romance is the term. I'm talking a lot. Okay. There's Ivanhoe, Sir Ivanhoe, or Sir. He's like from Ivanhoe. There's the princess whose name I don't remember. There's and then there's Rebecca, who is Jewish, and they call her everything but her fucking name. They call her everything but a mouth. They're like the Jewess, the dark woman. Like it's all these things about how dark she is. And like they're like, she's dumb, she's stupid, she can't do anything. Meanwhile, she's a doctor.
That's crazy.
See how they
Racism is
do?
crazy.
The second bit is about like there's a big play to abduct one of the higher ups. I don't remember a lot of this, but Rebecca gets caught up in it, and then Ivanhoe, like, I don't remember, comes and like helps or something. But there's this scene where she nurses him back to health, and girl, there is chemistry.
Oh,
Chemistry. And they're like in the dark, and outside there are people fighting to get back the guy that was important. Like a little skirmish is happening, and like Ivanhoe's like, I can't see, can you tell me what's happening? And she's like, I can't bear to look at him because like while he's there after I've nursed him back to health. And then the third act is like Ivanhoe, like Rebecca was promised to be married to this other guy.
Boo.
And Ivanhoe like rides across the entirety of England to go serve as her like champion in a duel.
He's applying pressure.
And they don't end up together. He ends up with the regular princess bitch who's boring and does nothing. But I'm glad I talked about Ivanhoe, because Ivanhoe is relevant to the book that I would recommend people who are like interested in the African American canon, that are like interested in going back and reading some of the older books. There's this book called The House Behind the Cedars by Charles Chestnut.
Yeah.
Charles Chestnut?
Yeah.
Yes. That was from, I think, 1900, maybe 1901. Like right at the crack of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the ass crack. But it in The House Behind the Cedars, it is about this girl named Irene? What is her name? It's not Irene. I don't remember her name. I wish I remembered names. Hold on. Rena. And it's like this she's it's a tragic mulatto story.
Mm-hmm.
So she's light-skinned but can pass.
Yeah.
Like black woman but light enough to pass. And her brother, who has been passing for years, returns home and is like, "Hey, come pass with me. This is great. Let's leave our grandma, who's black and ugly, and go live as white people." And she was like, "I guess I'll come with you. Like, if this is the only way to meet like a rich, like not a nice man and be taken care of because he'll have money, I guess." But they go to attorney they're pretending to put on, it's like the Ivanhoe attorney. And this rich white dude is like super into it, and he finds Rena and is like, "Oh, you are beautiful." And what does he call her? Okay, her name is Rowena.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
And that is the name of the princess.
Oh,
Rowena.
Oh shit.
Her name is Rena, or her name is Rena, and the white is like, my Rowena, or something like. It's one of the two. But he's like, you're like my princess, as if I'm Ivanhoe. You're my princess, and I'm gonna fight for honor. I love you, not knowing that she is of African descent. But he starts calling her Rowena, and the like a couple of the hating ass women out there like, she's more like Rebecca. Don't you see how dark she is? Granted, she is way lighter than both of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Light bright.
Yeah,
but it's like they fall in love, and then he takes her home, and then she's like feeling guilty, and then he finds out that she's black, and then breaks up with her, and she's like, "Oh, my life is ruined." And then so she moves to become. Oh, let me hold on. I'm giving up the whole book. I'm giving up the book. Read the book. Read the book. Pretend I didn't say any of that shit. It's really good. It's like surprise. No, I don't want to say surprising. It holds up way better than you would think a book from 1900, not 1900, would. It was always a delight for me to read that book whenever I was studying. Love that book.
Yeah, especially the tragic mulatto involved stories. They don't always hold up. So it's cool
Some of
knowing
them
this
is
one.
bad.
Oh yeah, some of them are like.
Sometimes they learn the wrong lesson at the end, and they're like, "Man, it was a curse to be black." I was like, "Whoa,
Like,
this didn't give me hope at all." Girl, lift every voice, sing.
please.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my book recommendation for Black History Month.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should say mine.
You got one?
Oh yeah. So mine is I feel like this is one of the lesser known or the lesser read Toni Morrison novels. And I am recommending to you all Paradise. I think it was published in 1997. It is part of the trilogy, which, if you didn't know, Beloved, Jazz. Well, no, it goes Beloved, Jazz, and then Paradise. I'm pretty sure that's the order.
I think that's right.
Yes, and they're not a trilogy in the I think what we would think of in the they're a continuous characters and like it's not like taking over in that sense. It's not like that. But it is a trilogy. So Paradise, of course, it starts with this shocking act of violence. The men of the town of Ruby run up in
unlike Toni Morrison's other books, which are not violent at all.
Nope.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, so they walk up in the church and they gun down a church full of women. Well, the Covenant is what it's called. I won't say it's like church, like we go sing and praise the Lord. But they're basically living out on the outskirts of town. They all have their own reasons. They're all, I would say, outcasted in a way. Like one of the women, for example, she is known for having suffocated her kids because she left them in the car when she went in the grocery store, obviously just like, probably like a tired, overworked woman. This happens actually to a lot of people who, they're just so damn tired they forget their kids in the car. But at the time they're like, she must have like done it on purpose, or she's like out of her mind, like she's mentally ill, she's not fit to society. So she also lives in the Covenant, whatever. So the story is non-linear. You're just getting pieces of the town and the women as you go throughout the different parts of the story, and just coming to learn how we arrived at this act of violence that starts off the novel. And I gotta say, Toni Morrison is like a master of non-linear storytelling, because I personally have never really tried to write anything non-linearly, but I imagine it would be hard for many reasons, like but we will yes definitely. I recommend it. I think it's also one of her, it touches a lot on intraracial violence. I mean, okay, a lot of her books touch on intraracial violence, but in this like fictional all black town, that is also important. This place is like black people founded, like free slaves, it's from the descendants of free slaves essentially. So it's I think it touches a lot of the intraracial dynamics with adults, and also like dynamics between specifically like women and then also men. I know there's a word for it. I feel embarrassed, I forgot. But yeah, just gendered interactions within the black community. So definitely one of my favorites. Totally underrated.
I mean, read all three if in the trilogy if you can.
Please, if you haven't read Beloved,
Beloved's one of the most important books of in America.
Yes. It should be on your required reading.
That being said, it is a lot. It is a lot. Oh Lord,
I will say the Jazz trilogy is a lot. I mean, of course, all her books are a lot to him.
Really
like The Bluest Eye, rough,
heavy ass book. I still
love
it.
But honestly, I think all her books, you know what? Now that I think about it, they're all really heavy.
Yeah,
but they're important.
I mean, very important. Very important.
Read that shit. Or else.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, or
I
on
hope,
Minecraft,
I hope,
or else on Minecraft,
or else on Minecraft. I hope the book's recommendation turns out for people. Read those books and all those things. Until then, I guess, Elia, where can they find us?
You can find us on any site that has podcasts, as well as TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, that's it. Oh, but I can't forget. Where else can you find us, Darrell?
You can also find us on Patreon, where there will also be another episode of Office Hours, our pod episode after the pod. We're a little looser, we're a little riskier, we consume a little legal substances. It's a fun time. Come join us if you can. I'll give you a little sneak peek right here. Something I've been thinking about too is like second screen watching. Where I'm like, I don't like that Netflix and TV shows nowadays are written with like understanding people are watching from their second screen.
I hate that.
And I was like, well, if people are watching from their second screen and I don't like that, I need to be in the practice of not watching from my second screen. So if you can afford a couple bucks a month, please send that our way. If not, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it. And stay black, stay nerdy, and read books.
Read black books this month.
Yeah, you only got a little bit of time left. Otherwise, it's not Black Month anymore. And then you're just going to be reading a black book with nothing to show for it.
Yes, you don't get your points. You don't get points if you read it. The points are only countable in Black History Month.